it'll be at the same depth. Yeah. Is the point. Yeah. So I was making sure I wasn't missing one is all.
We haven't barred you from the event yet.
That's not what I thought.
It's a little strong.
Yeah.
But, it's my last year, so this May. For Villanova, it's going to be Jordan Longino and Eric Dixon with Coach Neptune. And Villanova is usually quick to get here.
I still work you, but it's not that much. It's not that much.
Okay.
It's very.
It was a really roundabout way to say it.
Where's that? Yeah, but where's your?
We're gonna run out. Going over, right? Are you on that train too, Dave?
I'm at 36. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're writing, not drinking?
Correct.
Just checking.
I'm going straight into lifestyle.
Yeah, I know that about you.
There's a famous professional wrestler that does it, so can't blame you. Gotta follow that trend.
It's just like,
Oh, nice.
I mean, they're the
bad
same
experiences.
Really?
Yeah.
Got another
This is my
WWE.
third one. It's not bad.
Skip on the resources.
In DC.
What are you saying, DC? No.
I'm not coming down till Saturday.
You're coming through.
A couple of notes for Villanova. Eric Dixon is now second all-time in scoring at Villanova. 16 points from tying Kerry Kittle's record of 22-43. So Eric is 16, so 43 minus 16. Anybody got that? It's kind of late for me, but
27.
yeah, okay, good. Villanova's on their way.
You get saucy as the end of the year,
Is that saucy? I'm saving the saucy stuff for Saturday. Villanova's 20-5 in the Big East tournament in this current configuration, which is in its 12th year.
Okay, do you announce who would be the representatives for Villanova here?
Yes, I did. Here's Coach Kyle Neptune and
Eric Dixon
and
and
Jordan.
Jordan are on the way.
Eric Dixon and Jordan Longino will be here momentarily. Coach, if you want to start.
Yeah, proud of what our guys did out there. I thought we were really good defensively and withstood their runs. They've done that to everybody. They just keep coming after you, no matter what. You could be up 30, 40. Somehow they always find a way to claw their way back. So, a lot of credit. I give Shaheem Holloway, he's one of the best coaches in our league. He always has his team prepared. They're nasty, they're tough. But again, proud of the way our guys competed.
And we're joined by Jordan and Eric. Question, Mike, right here, second row.
Yeah, Eric. Sorry. Hi, Eric. Mike Sealski from the Philly Inquirer. Just take us through that spurt. You hadn't scored until they pulled within 8, and then you kind of went on a run there yourself, and Luka had that big dunk. Did you feel at all like now is the time I have to assert myself in this game?
It's always just a feel and picking spots, and Wooga and the guys are playing great basketball, and they kind of just forgot about me a little bit, so just take advantage.
Right here in front.
Yeah, right after halftime, the Pirates came back with more energy, scoring. That first time out, what did you talk about, Coach?
Oh, sorry, you're talking to me. We knew this is what they do. Again, I said in the beginning, you look at their entire season, they've been down, it seems like almost every game, and somehow they find a way to make it a 1-2 possession game all the time. And just the way they play, the way they coach, they just keep coming after you. And I thought our guys did a good job of staying calm under pressure. We had some key baskets. We were solid with the ball at some key times. They did force us into some turnovers, but I thought all in all we did a good job.
In front, Jeff.
Kyle, when you're evaluating those turnovers and some of your sloppy play, I know the games between you guys are never pretty, Seton Hall, Villanova, but is it more what they did to you, or do you look at that like?
Yeah, I think you got to give them some credit. If you look at the games this year that they've played, they've had numerous games like that where teams are up 20, 25, and somehow they get it to a 1-possession game. It's just what they do. They do a great job of it. Again, like I said, Shaheem Holloway is one of the best coaches in America. He just always has his team prepared. They come after you for 40 minutes. So I give them a lot of credit for that.
Right in the middle, Dave.
Coach, can you just talk about the way how you guys jumped out from the start, especially how the last game ended with you guys had the lead now and you were able to finish them off this time around? What was the big difference?
I thought our guys did a good job handling their pressure in key moments. They did get us with some turnovers, but I thought we did a good job attacking their pressure to score. I thought we were solid down the stretch, we got to the rim. Got some key and ones and finishes around the basket. I thought that were key.
Over here, Dave.
Yeah, for Eric or Jordan, you've played UConn twice this year. Played it pretty tough both times. What are you expecting tomorrow night against them? What kind of challenges do they present?
We know UConn's a disciplined team. Like you said, we've had two close matchups with them, during the season. So we know we guys got to come out, defend, rebound for 40 minutes, and execute our game plan, and we'll be good.
Right here, in front.
For players, for tomorrow's game against UConn, how are you preparing mentally for it?
I think right now we're just focused on going back and getting rest and getting fluids and making sure our bodies are as ready to go as possible.
Nice.
For Eric first, and then Jordan, the same question. You guys have been in this situation before where, being in this tournament, a loss could end your season. How do you guys balance knowing that if you just happen to have a bad night, the year could be over, and in your cases, your careers, versus, the relaxation, kind of the readiness you need to have to be able to play at your best? How do you, in an elimination situation like that, how do you balance those two things? They seem to be in competition.
Lucky for us, we treat every game like a Super Bowl. So that last game we just played was our most important game of the season, most important game of my career. And the next one coming up is going to be the same thing. Most important game of my career, most important game of the season. But that's just how we treat every single game.
Right here in front, Jeff.
Kyle, I guess for you, kind of a similar question. I mean, you guys know what you need to do to get to the tournament if that's a destination you want to be at. I mean, how have you messaged this week, and how are you guys treating this run that you have to go on?
I think Eric Dixon kind of spoke for all of us. We've come out and we treat every game like it's our most important game of the season, because it is. We're going to go back, get some rest, watch a little bit of film, maybe walk through a little bit of stuff tomorrow and come out and have another Super Bowl.
All the way in the back, last question.
For Coach Dixon, for Coach Neptune, obviously when you have the country's leading scorer and a player like Eric, a lot of attention and focus is pointed towards his way. You guys had a lot of contributions from different guys tonight. How important do you feel like that's going to be throughout the rest of this tournament, being able to try and lead your team to a championship?
Yeah, obviously, we got a lot of talented guys on our side. Just look in the first half. I don't think Eric scored in the first half, and we had a pretty big lead. I thought we were moving the ball. I thought we did some good things offensively. So we know, obviously Eric is a great weapon to have, but we got a lot of other guys that can step up and make plays.
Villanova, thank you.
Thanks.
See you tomorrow. Hey, Jeff. That was. All right, man. Thanks. Thank you very much. Thanks for saying that. Oh, yeah. Yes, they are. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Jerry. We do not know yet. Adam.
I reread the thing I wrote on you in 2019. I laughed again at the day. I got a problem.
It's a classic.
I don't think there's a fine. It's unprecedented. You're right. That is the perfect summation of it all. Good job.
No
Nice
Yankees
job.
games in San Antonio. The Riverwalk.
That's why Barkley. Every 2 more years, Zach, we could get Yankees Tigers in April of 27. Jesus. Final four for Detroit.
You're really planning ahead.
Got it. Wrong man for putting us in Detroit. In April.
Hey, nice crowd tonight, by the way. That building was at least half full for this game. Two teams that have a ton of seasons.
Yeah, it's Chris. Were you here for Cooley?
No, I stayed out.
Sounds like he was fired up.
Yeah.
Ed was pretty fired up about the freshman of the year.
That's great stuff for you guys.
Yeah. You're going out with a bang. Some more fireworks on the podium.
Yeah, we'll
Says.
Shot last year was good.
What do you say?
After they lost to St. John, right? I can't remember if it was you or Jerry who asked him about his fantasy selections on there. He goes, I don't know, nor do I fucking care, to be honest.
So Adam or Jerry, who wants first question? 'Cause we don't have an
I
opening
defer to
statement.
Jerry.
Okay.
I'll take it. And when I passed my question to JP, it was a few years back, I missed it.
Before that, it was Brendan who used to get the first questions.
All right, the Seton Hall locker room is open, but it's just going to be Shaheen Holloway coming.
Yeah, we're going there afterwards.
Tell you, John Fant's had a long day. He was doing the awards at noon. He's still doing sideline tonight.
He's back tomorrow?
Works almost as hard as you.
Almost.
I think he's doing a tour spaces right now too. I get tired just looking at that kind of books.
have Coach Shaheen Holloway. And we'll go to questions. Jerry, you're first.
So, what did you learn from this season? Biggest things you learned that you think will help you down the road?
I already told you that the other day, Jerry. Come on. Nah, a lot, Jerry. You know, this league is extremely tough. You know, great coaches, great players. You know, a lot. I told you last home game. I told you guys I learned a lot. You know what not to do, but I did learn a lot what to do as well. Just gotta make sure you get the right plays in that kind of fit you. You know, and kind of fit what you want to do. I still feel like, you know, this team, we didn't reach our potential because of a lot of different reasons. I don't want to make no excuses, but just a disappointing season. Disappointing season.
Shah, is there any word on how Isaiah is doing? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He just got his hand and he got his back a little bit. I think he'll be fine.
And this is a longer term question, but do you hope and expect he'll be back next season?
Coach. I want him back. I want him back. You know, obviously I told these guys we're going to take a couple of days and kind of, you know, get back into the mode of school. All right. That used to be the most important thing to these young men. I don't know if it still is. All right. But get back into school, and then, you know, we're going to have some meetings and kind of go from there. Obviously, I want him back. We're going to do what we can to try to keep him.
Second row in the middle.
Coach Holloway, Jerry Walker, a former player of Seton Hall, received the Big East Legends Award tonight. What do you have to say about him as a person and as a player?
Oh, Jerry's like the big bro. You know, obviously he was a great player. He was a warrior. That's why he's very well respected around, you know, the Big East and old school people and new school people. He's been a very good supporter of mine. You know, I got a lot of respect for him. Like I say, he's like a big brother. Super happy that he got that award. Very well deserved.
So, what do you want to say about what Dylan gave you over 2 years? It seemed like you got a really nice hand from fans as he checked out the last time.
Yeah, Dylan, you know, he gave his all. Dylan, you know, a lot, obviously, you know, I don't share a lot about, you know, guys' injuries for a lot of reasons. But Dylan was, you know, he was dealing with a bunch of injuries this whole year. He couldn't really in practice, couldn't really walk. So for him to go out there and give it his all like he did every single night, you know, for me, I'm very appreciative. He played a big part, you know, obviously last year, you know, with the team we had. And this year as well. You know, his body just, it didn't allow him to do some things he wanted to do.
Right here in front.
You returned from halftime with more energy and started to close the gap in scoring. What was it that pushed the players a little further?
Yeah, I know, disappointing the way we came out. Obviously, the last 3 games, disappointing the way we came out. And obviously, we made some adjustments at halftime. I thought we got back in there, and then we got a chance to get it down to maybe 10, I think. And then we had some bad shots. We took some bad shots, and then they kind of got back out, and it was uphill battle from there again.
And you said you're not going to make excuses for the season. Did injuries play a role in?
I thought it did. You know, when you got, you know, one of your key players, one of your key scorers. At one time, Chauncey was our leading scorer. Now I don't know how many Big East games he played. Maybe 2 or 3. So you take that away. That's, you know, somebody could give you 13 to 15 points a night. Dylan missed a bunch of games. Scotty missed some games. They missed some games. Then we never just got a rhythm. We never got gelled. And then that's the season you have because of it.
Second row, Jake.
Coach, not necessarily looking forward, but looking back on what's already happened, are there any lessons that you can take away from the season that you've had?
Did I just answer that? Yeah, you know, a lot of things. I think, you know, the main thing is making sure these guys understand what it feels like to play in this league. You know, this is a physical league. It's a big boy league. And I think some of the guys that came from other programs didn't understand this league until we got into it. And that's, you know, that's on me to make sure they understand stuff like that. And, you know, just get guys that kind of fit what you're trying to do.
Jerry.
So after the UConn post game, you told Gary and Pop that our resources are trending in the right direction.
I knew that was coming up.
Can you elaborate on that, or what would you like to say to the fan base that's apprehensive about that? About that
Yeah,
situation?
you know what? It's something that I don't like talking about because, like, until I see it, right now, obviously I believe it, right? Because my administration not going to tell us, but in this climate of NIL and stuff like that, it's important. You have to have it. You have to have it, or you can't be successful. And like I said, we trend in the right direction, but I think that we got to make sure we understand, and I got to make sure the fan base understand, alumni don't understand how important it is, because no one wants to go through something like this again. I know I don't. I know they don't either. But I got the word that God, people are stepping up, and they think it's going to be there, but I want to make sure it's there and more, to tell you the truth, because I think we need more.
Two more. Adam or Jaden. Okay.
Shai, after a season like this, how much does this motivate you more, regardless of resources or the portal, to get back to where this program was?
You got to be careful with that, Jay, though, because you can't say regardless of resources and that. You have to have that, because if you don't have it, you can't be in the game, period. No matter how good of a coach I think I am, I think I'm a decent coach. If you don't have those resources, you're not. It's a different ball game. But yeah, I'm definitely motivated. Disappointed too, though. Right? Like I said, I thought this team definitely was better than our record. But definitely gonna look myself in the mirror and make some adjustments and kind of go from there.
Last question, Adam.
The good thing about the portal, you can go in and get players that can help your team. How optimistic are you, and what positions will you be targeting?
Well, the portal is tricky. It's really tricky, right? You have all of maybe a week to recruit somebody, and you recruit somebody that maybe played good on another team, or maybe played good in another league, that you don't know if that stuff transfer to your team or this league. So obviously you can't go too young, not in this day and age. But you gotta get a mix of both. You gotta get some high school kids, you gotta get some, maybe some JUCO, some transfers, and you gotta try to gel in and put it together in a short period of time. I think the only thing that helps us this year is last year we made a deep run, and we got done in April, and by then, like, a lot of guys was kind of, going other places. But I think it's also important that you get the right people, not just names, and not just look at numbers and say, okay, he averaged X amount of points at this place. I think he could average X amount of points here. That's not going to be. You got to you really got to do your research, and you got to, take some chances, and you got to, trust your gut. And I think all that kind of plays into it.
Do you expect some of these guys to transfer out?
We're going to have a conversation on, the next couple of days, and, if some guys, think, I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that right now. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to do that. So, we're going to have a conversation next couple of days, and then from there, I'm going to take it from there.
Coach, thank you.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thanks, man.